Grace says, what is your dad's worst habit?
Oh.
Breathing.
Yep, breathing.
That's really harsh. Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. We have something a little bit different for you today. As you can see, I am accompanied by Amy and Lucy and someone else who wanted to be part of it. I mean, it's better than him running around knocking stuff over, which no doubt he will do anytime now. Anna is at work. Andy is currently upstairs building a train set, which he wanted to have some train set time in his room, which seemed like a perfect opportunity for us to sit and record the Q&A that we've had planned for at least the last hour. To be fair, if we'd have planned it any further in advance than an hour, it would have been utterly insane, because I asked an hour ago, I put this question up on the channel community page. If you're not subscribed to the channel, this is where you need to be, because that way you get to see the community posts in your sub box. But I'm going to be recording a Q&A with Lucy and Amy this evening. Let me know what questions you'd like them to answer here, and don't forget to thumbs up the questions you'd like, so I'm more likely to see them. An hour later, 116 questions later, in an hour. That's 2 questions a minute. You lot are nuts. Thank you. That does, of course, mean that we're not going to get through every single question. If we don't get to your question, my apologies. We will attempt to get to them next time. But we're going to jump straight into it in the order of questions that have had the most thumbs ups and are specific to these two. There's some people who've asked questions that have nothing to do with the girls. They're not getting answered on this Q&A. We can do them on a future one. But we're going to go in order of most popular questions. So, starting off with, do you, brackets, Amy and Lucy, ever get recognised in school because, or I guess college for you, or work? because of YouTube, and is the reaction good or bad?
I get recognised all the time. It's actually quite embarrassing. Like, I'll just be walking down the corridor to go to a lesson or go get some food, and people will just be like, hang on a minute, you're Amy, your dad's a YouTuber, isn't he? And I'm like, yeah, he is. Is
it good or bad?
Yeah, everybody's really nice about it.
No one ever goes, your dad's a YouTuber.
No, they all think it's really cool.
See, that's because I guess in the early days of it, you two weren't ever recognised because it was the early days. But when I was still teaching, my students in the early days knew about it from like 2,000 subs. And I got mocked furiously until I crossed over into 10,000, and then it started to gradually change from mocking to good work, sir.
People just think it's really cool and that it's a really good thing. Like, nobody's ever said anything bad about it.
What about you? Because you have left school and started 2 new places recently. So you're the one most likely to have been noticed by new people.
Never been recognised at college.
Really?
No.
That's interesting.
Except, remember when I was walking to the bus stop the other day?
This was like last week, wasn't it?
That wasn't at college though, and I think they went to like a different place anyway.
Was that here, or was that at where your college is?
It was where, thank you. It was at where college was,
okay.
And I was walking from Tesco to the bus stop, so it was a different direction anyway.
But then a bunch of lads, what did they do? They ran up to you?
No, there was 2 of them, and they were like, quite far behind me, and they walked past me and they were like, Lucy. I was like, oh, hello.
And they were definitely people who okay, I was going to say, because they could just be people you knew from school.
No, I didn't know them. Like, okay, so I was like, yeah.
Sign autographs and do selfies.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you, Andy.
I didn't really know what they were saying. I had my headphones in.
Have you ever been recognised at work?
Yeah.
And is that fun?
I mean, I've only been recognised once, and that was on my first day.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
No. But it was just awkward because it was my first day and no one knew. But now everyone knows. Like, all the people I work with, so we sit around.
Awesome.
What's the next stop then?
So, Hydra Plasma says, what are Lucy's and Amy's best memories with Andy?
For your building.
I enjoyed when we went to the water park. That was really fun. Although it was kind of sad for Andy because he likes alcohol. But like, it was a really fun memory with all of us.
Yeah, we went to the Alton Towers water park like 3 years ago now, probably.
It was a long time ago.
And it was a fun day. It did end badly because Andy was just walking along the side of the pool and just kind of walked into the pool, but not as in carefully getting into it. He was just walking. He didn't realise the land turned into pool and just went flying in foot first and landed on one foot. And it wasn't that deep. It was probably only about a foot deep there, and he really hurt his heel and his ankle.
I don't have favourite memories of anyone in particular. Like, there's too many. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't think of one specific thing.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, like.
Have Lucy and Amy ever brought a friend round to the house? If so, how has Andy reacted? And if not, why?
two. They are also.
They are also. People can read that themselves. It's going to be up on the screen. But you don't really bring friends here, do you?
No.
But I don't know if that's. I would say that's not because Andy's here.
No.
That's more because I'm a grumpy old man. Would you say? Or
I don't really have people over now anyway. If I meet people, I'll meet them out.
I don't really
And
have
like-
friends at my mum's house either. If I'm meeting my friends, I'm either out or at their house.
See, I always assumed, because when they were younger, they used to have friends over quite a lot. But I assumed when me and your mum split up, that just carried on at her house, and you just didn't bring people around
Really. I
here.
mean, I still have like sleepovers and stuff, but I don't really.
Because their mum's much better at communicating with other parents than I am. I really don't like it. I'm very socially awkward, and it's
All the numbers.
yeah. So it's just something that we've never really done here since then. It didn't happen here even before Anna and Andy came along. You weren't really bringing people here, were you?
No, it's just like, I don't know.
This is the weird house of nerd, whereas they've got a real adult house somewhere else that they can take kids to and not be embarrassed. Stefan says, how do your friends react when you tell them or show them that your dad's a YouTuber?
Well, I've had to do a lot of that recently, like with college and work, haven't I?
What, you actually go out of your way to tell people before they find it?
I don't go out my way, but now I do tend to tell people just because I'd rather tell them than they
I can't imagine how that even comes up. Is that like in the typical what does your dad do conversation? Or just
I don't even know.
before we go any further, my dad's a YouTuber, I just need you to be aware of it.
I don't even know, like, it doesn't come up like that, it happens naturally, but I don't even know how, like, I've never been like, right guys, I'm famous.
I need you all to read this pamphlet. It explains everything.
Like, it doesn't come up like that, but, like, at first they're like, they're like not mean, it's just kind of funny, but then they're like, oh, it's got a few subscribers, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, he has. He's got a few subscribers.
Yeah.
Do you ever go out of your way to tell people?
I've never told anybody that you're a YouTuber, they've just found it. Like my best friend, she actually, before we were like best friends, she came up to me and was like, you're like a YouTuber. I just come across him on YouTube. Like all of us did, we were all out and we came across him. And he's actually pretty cool. I'm like, okay, that's great.
So weird.
The thing is, you two are officially YouTubers as well, according to the Famous Birthdays website.
I did tell her
All
about
5
that.
of us went on there on the same day. That wasn't a case of me going on there and then them adding you lot. We were added as a 5. So we are a YouTube family. I'm not a YouTuber with you lot as just, oh, my dad's a YouTuber, isn't that cringy? You're both YouTubers too.
I don't count myself as a YouTuber.
What are you doing right now? Okay.
It's called Kevin.
Yeah,
it's
that's what
not
I was
called
saying.
Kevin and his family.
Kevin and Friends.
Like when it was the Lulu show, it was a bit more like a
Kevin
family.
and Co. We should
But
be
now-
called Kevin and Co.
Kevin and Associates.
Yeah, I love it.
Not that one.
Brooke says, do you ever feel as though Andy gets more attention than you?
That's a difficult question.
You are allowed to answer honestly.
No, it's not like in the way they think they're asking it, but I remember when I was younger,
Meanwhile,
and like it was harder a few years ago, and Andy, it was just harder for him. Obviously, he'd need more attention, and I understood that, but that wasn't like, oh, he gets more attention. I wasn't jealous.
Yeah, it was an unavoidable
That was-
thing at the time, wasn't it?
So yeah, there was that, but I don't think it's how they mean it.
Yeah, they both. I don't know if they do mean it in a.
Yeah.
Do you resent? They're not asking if you resent him for getting more attention. I think there's a couple of things that I'd throw into that before I let you answer. Thing number 1 is you two are here a lot less than he is, so just by the nature of that, certainly for people watching it on the vlog, you'll see Andy on the vlog more than you'll see these two because he lives here all the time, whereas these two aren't here as often, so you're going to see less of him. And also these two are a lot more fussy about when they're on camera. Whereas Andy, like me, doesn't care. All the females in this house, and I include Anna in that as well, have their days where they're here, they're around. You won't see them though because they don't want to be on the vlog. Andy very rarely refuses to be on camera.
They might think that it's like, oh, Andy's on the vlog all the time.
Yeah.
It's not.
Whereas it's mine and Andy's hobby. We're the ones with cameras. We're the ones who love it. We're the ones who are really into YouTube and making videos. The other 3 just kind of put up with it and do it when you fancy, don't you? So you think he gets more attention than you?
When I was younger, I was definitely like, why are they doing this to him? But it was when we were out and something had happened and you had to deal with it. And I was a lot younger, I didn't really understand.
Only like the last year or so, you've kind of grown up from being like a kid yourself to being like more mature. So like that's not even your fault. That's a normal kid thing.
Yeah, so like I don't care about it anymore. So if something happened in when we were out and you had to deal with it, I wouldn't mind. I would try and help deal with the situation if I could, but I would never feel like you were giving him more attention over me.
Yeah, because there were some rough moments from time to time, like the Alton Towers one, where we basically had to call the day off at that point, even though everyone else was enjoying themselves. There's been times where we've gone to town and you've not been able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I think we're getting better these days at doing things separately anyway. So like when we were getting the stuff or going shopping for your bedroom, rather than trying to drag everyone out as a group, which I think it took me and Anna a long time to figure out how this merged family would work. And we tried to do normal family stuff for a little while and do everything as a group and all go out together in places. Yeah, I know.
Do that, but you just at the time you try and blend it.
Yeah, exactly.
This year we've got better at that. Like the three of us do stuff, the three of us, which we never did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's working better now.
Yeah.
What we need is a time machine to go back and talk to us from 6 years ago and write the rules for how it should work. Lucy says, not you, this is a different Lucy. Try not to get confused.
Really confused.
Lucy says, do you have any other siblings on your mum's side?
Yes.
Is that as much information as you want to share?
No.
We have 3.
An older sister who's 18, and then 2 younger sisters.
11 and 9.
Yeah.
These are, is it stepsister or half sister?
One of those.
I can never remember the definition. So Andy's stepbrother there. So you don't have any other blood siblings other than the two of you, do you?
Yeah.
So like, our mum is married to their dad. So.
Oh, there's someone at the door.
What is it?
Coming soon on the vlog, a treats box, but not today.
Oh, Dad, I wanted that.
Anna will kill me if I open up that treats box without her.
Move the camera.
She will kill me in the face. Right, let's just get back to where we were. Now we've been so rudely interrupted by a treats box. Andy keeps giving me his camera. There's nothing new on here. I don't know what you. There's nothing on there. There just isn't, Andy. You haven't filmed anything new.
Do you want to film? Clinton.
You can't go back there anymore. He wants to go back to the church where they do the bell ringing, and we can't. And I think he's finally realised I've taken the videos down off of his channel, which I think maybe enough time has passed now for me to republic them, which I might do after we're done. Just sneakily. Shh, don't tell anyone. So where were we? We were saying, do you have any other siblings on your mum's side? So we'd said how you don't have any other full siblings or half siblings, but you have Andy as a stepbrother here, and then at your mum's house you have 3 stepsisters, 1 older, 2 younger. Splendid.
And the oldest my best friend. Shout out to her.
Oh my God, Lucy, you're embarrassing.
And her boyfriend's a big fan.
Is he?
He is.
If you ever want an autograph, you know where to find me. Emma says, serious question. Do you get fed up with your dad vlogging?
No.
And she wants an honest answer.
I kind of like it.
Fed up's not the right
Right.
word. Sometimes it's like inconvenient. So we're out and he's like, stop right there. And we have to like get the perfect shot. And it's like annoying. Like, okay, fine. But it's not like.
I'm a lot less fussy about the perfect shot these days, I think. These days, I tend to film more and figure it out afterwards, whereas in the past, I used to try and make the perfect vlog in the camera
It's
rather than
almost
editing.
like you imagined the shot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I'll just take lots of shots and piece it together later.
Like, if she means, like, I used to care, like, we'd go to Tesco's and you'd get out the camera and talk to it. I just don't care about
don't
it
care
anymore.
anymore.
It's been 2 years now,
We'll
isn't
be,
it? I mean,
we'll be walking into Tesco's, everybody will be staring, you'll be talking to the camera and
I
she's
just
like,
laugh. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't even care.
Oh, I don't know. I don't care.
Plus, you've got the massive upside of it, which is the fact that unlike before, when I was always busy and always at work, now you got home from school at 3:15, 3:20 today. And look who was here!
Yeah.
Looking all
I
handsome!
remember in year 7 when I forgot my PE kit, I nearly cried. Lucy could ring you and you bought it for me.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you've done that for me before.
Yeah, picking you up from places at various times and taking you places.
Yep.
You have the advantage of a taxi service available now that you just didn't have before when both parents were working. I am still working. Don't let Anna ever tell you otherwise. I work. This is my job now. Abby says, what kind of music do you listen to?
Oh,
this
no.
could be
Nice
a
of
long
you to
one.
ask, Abby.
Oh, God.
Come on, start your speech.
Well, I don't know where to start now. I'm kind of scared.
Oh.
What was the last song you listened to?
Changes.
Oh, here we go.
Changes from
because you
XX and
made me
Passion.
put that on.
I know, because it's a good song.
So what type of music do you listen to?
All Lucy's music.
Okay.
So, I love a bit of Rex Orange County, Claro, Strokes. Oh, I discovered them recently. Great band, must say.
I've never heard of any of these people
Strokes,
you're
XX and
describing.
Passion.
Bands, but I love the Strokes.
Lily Allen. I love Lily Allen. Panic at the Disco.
Lily Allen's just sweary. You shouldn't be listening to Lily Allen. You're a small child.
Lily Allen is great. I love her songs.
But she's potty mouth.
She's such an independent woman.
Yeah.
Love a bit of that.
But she's potty mouth.
You're a potty mouth.
I'm not a potty mouth. I'm family
You're a big
friendly.
potty mouth.
I wouldn't record an album of me swearing.
Oh, shut up.
Lucy wants me to link her Spotify down below. I'm 36 and don't know how to do that, but I'm sure Lucy will send me a link. Devin says, how old were you two when Andy came into your lives?
6, 5, 5,
I have no idea.
5,
So
5,
if she was 5, how old would you be? How much older than her?
9.
I would have been 9.
9, okay. And was his behaviour / autism in general hard to understand?
No.
Yes, because I remember when he first came, I was trying to be like all friendly, and I remember he kind of pushed me to the side, and I was really offended, and I didn't understand.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I just,
Well, it was a 5-year-old girl.
I don't really. Yeah.
Right, Samuel wants to know, what jobs would you like to do in the future?
A nurse of some kind, but probably a mental health nurse. Could be something else.
You're allowed to say the same
I was
thing if you
gonna
want to do the
say,
same thing.
like, I don't know, like a surgeon or a nurse. I don't know.
You're a nurse.
I don't know, like a...
It's because of Grey's. I would
It
be
is
a
'cause of
surgeon, but I'm
Grey's.
not clever enough.
What, the people who send snacks in the post?
Grey's
No, Grey's Anatomy.
Ah, okay.
It's a TV program.
No, I'm familiar with
I've heard of
that.
it.
I thought you meant Grey's, the people who send the nuts.
Speaking of
No.
Grey's, that's my favourite snack.
But if Grey's want to sponsor Lucy, she'd be up for that, I think.
She was.
Put them down, they haven't paid us yet. My word.
Oh
Crazy Bananas says, what was or is your favourite subject in school and why? Yes, subject. Yeah, your favourite subject.
At school, it was probably maths or English. Not English. Oh,
Whoa.
where did that come from? Edit that. Maths or biology.
no! What's that good did that?
Was it good, did that?
Yeah.
Good.
And at college, it's probably psychology.
Thinking.
What about you? What do you like most?
I'm thinking.
Amy, we've got an assistant who's joined us behind. If you'd like to continue talking about what your favourite subject at school is.
I can't pick
Giving you a
between.
little ear slog.
Dave, stop. I can't choose between
Oh, no, it's
art
in
and
the head.
English, so I have 2 favourite subjects. Art and English are my favourite.
Splendid.
Dave,
That
Dave,
means
come here.
that, I think you'll find, is the perfect combination for you to become a comic book writer and illustrator. So you could write comic books for me.
Dave,
I don't know what he's doing, and I don't know why he's doing it.
Dave, come here.
He just
He just wants to find somewhere to sit, I think.
Dave, come here. Right here.
He's got the massive beanbag.
here.
Andy's beanbag that someone sent the other day. Dave claimed it today and just slept on it all day. As soon as Andy came home, Dave got on it and hasn't gone near it again. So he knows it's Andy's, but he doesn't mind sleeping on it when Andy's not here. Abby says, what's your favourite piece of makeup that you own?
my NYX Bright palette, which has got lots of nice bright shades for eyeshadow, or a good lip gloss.
The Urban
What about
Decay
yours, Dad?
palette that you got me for, what was it, my birthday? Dad?
I'm trying to make my eyes glaze over, but I don't think I'm a good enough actor.
The Urban Decay palette you bought me for my birthday.
I know.
Yeah, I was really involved in the selection process for
What's your
that.
favourite piece of makeup, Dad?
The cheapest one. Cheap is always good. Abby also wants to know, do you share a room at your mum's house?
No.
No.
I have my own, I'm the only one in the house who has their own room, but
I
it's
share
like
with my
a
older
box.
sister.
So, I mean, it's not the best, it's a box, but I don't have to share with her. She's
I
annoying.
forgot to listen, sorry.
Rebecca wants to know, do you ever want to create your own YouTube channels?
Me and Lucy were talking about this the other day. What I want to do is make my own and then Lucy can like edit it for me.
Because I way prefer filming and editing than actually being on the
Like, because
camera.
I used to have one like ages ago and she edited all of the videos and actually was alright.
Well, you know when you should debut your channel. You're both going to Birmingham Comic Con in a few weeks, this would be the perfect opportunity for you two to make a video of Birmingham Comic Con from your perspective, and then I could link to it from my Comic Con video, and that could get you a bit of a head start.
It could.
I'm a very busy woman.
There might be a video one day, maybe not. Another one from Abby. What is Lucy studying at college?
Health and social care.
Possessed Pigeon says, if you could only have one food for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Yeah.
Mine would be pasta bolognese, because why not?
Fair enough. Probably pasta. Not a specific
He has
pasta.
an obsession with pasta.
I thought you would have said breakfast cereal.
I forgot cereal.
Dad, what are you doing?
Cereal, yeah.
Do you have to narrow it down to one cereal though, if you have it for just any cereal?
I totally forgot. How did I forget?
Marmite and cheese sandwich.
Seriously, one food for the rest of your life,
so
and you want a cheese and Marmite sandwich?
Or a cheese and pickle sandwich.
Amy is a psychopath.
Oh, cheese and pickle. In that case, big chunks or little chunks on your pickle.
Smooth.
No chunks.
There we go.
That was the option I didn't even allow the other day when we did this question.
Smooth.
Because small chunks have found their way into this house, and I'm not happy about it because I'm a big chunk man.
I'm a smooth.
Big chunk man.
Yeah. New merch coming soon. T-shirts. One says I'm a big chunk man. One that says I'm a small chunk man. We have to make them non-gender specific.
I'm a small.
I like big chunks. I like small chunks. I like smooth, or something along those lines. We'll figure it out.
Please do a big chunk man.
I'm a big chunk man. But then we'd need one for I'm a small chunk woman and I'm a no chunks child.
I love it.
Those t-shirts. I'm going to need at least 100 people to tell me down in the comments that you want those shirts for me to go to the effort of having them designed.
I would wear that.
I would wear that I'm a big chunk man just because it's so great.
Grace says, what is your dad's worst habit?
Oh.
Breathing.
Yep. Breathing.
That's really harsh.
Sorry, I had to. Your worst habit.
Do you have a
Sing
different
all the
voice?
time because you're incredibly irritating.
What's wrong with singing?
You sing everything you do.
I love
Sing
singing.
about weasels. I swear on the way here you were singing about wellies, was it?
Wellington boots, yeah.
And about dinner, you're singing about eating legs.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
And
I love
I'll
singing.
try with a conversation, you're just singing.
And you have 3 different voices. You have the normal voice, the camera voice, and the phone voice, and it's really annoying.
I thought my
As
camera
soon
voice
as-
and my phone voice was the same.
Nuh-uh.
No,
As soon as
hello
you-
guys, it's Kevin.
No, it's hey, hello, folks.
I would
something like
never
that.
say,
Oh, God.
hello guys.
How's it
But
going?
like, you'll be talking to him, and the phone will ring, then his voice will immediately switch to
no, it goes.
completely
It's like
different.
stern teacher phone voice. It's
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you're on
you.
a mission.
Yeah, you need my teacher voice as well. My teacher voice is good.
you've got 4 voices.
Andrew says, was Lucy happy with her GCSE results?
Yes.
Chrome says, why are you so good at drawing?
How do you know we're good at drawing? Who?
That's very big-headed.
Then you must have drawn on the vlog at some point.
I don't think I have.
No.
Well, you did art GCSE, they probably know that.
Oh yeah, I love art.
And you've mentioned art on this vlog, you've probably mentioned it before.
Oh, I think I have, yeah. Okay.
Just natural talent that you get from your creatively minded dad.
You are actually quite good
We're
at
actually
drawing,
good at
Dad.
lots of things. It runs in the family.
Yeah, it's a Chapman trait.
Yeah.
Last question then, because I'm scanning through and so many of these questions are either questions for me or questions about Andy. And that's not what this Q&A is. Plus, we've already run long. I don't know what future Kev has got this down to, but we're at about half an hour at the moment.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So last one is from Callum. Did you ever get really frustrated with Andy?
No.
Dave has hiccups. He's hiccuping.
Oh,
He stopped.
bless.
He just went like hiccup.
So I'm assuming you've never been really frustrated with Andy.
No.
No, I haven't been really frustrated with you though.
Yeah, all the time.
Good.
Just wanted to say that.
Often that's deliberate on my part. I like to be frustrating. Keeps everyone on their toes. If people aren't frustrated, they're getting lazy. Parenting with Kev. But we will end things there. If you have questions for the pair of these that haven't been answered on this vlog that you'd like to hear them answer in the future, the best thing to do is leave those questions down in the comments. And if we get enough of them, I'll get them both together in front of the camera again in a few weeks' time, and we'll do a round 2 of a Q&A with Lucy and Amy. But I hope you have enjoyed today's vlog. If you have, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us, thumbs.
Ow, can't be my arm.
When we get 400 thumbs downs, you know you've got a fan club. Don't do that, please.
Did she put us on there?
Yeah.
I nearly did something else.
Oh dear.
Family channel. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. Does anyone want to buy some children? And thank you very much for watching.